say you are what you eat, so I don't eat chicken feet. But I love me some of Grandma's pickled beets. Well, cut it up, put it in the pan, throw it over your shoulder and see where it lands right here in Farmer's Kitchen. Maters, taters, beans and corn, the cows in the barn and the sheep's been shorn, kids in the barnyard chasing Grandpa's chicken. Chicken. Spices, slices, cuts and dices, gonna slash your grocery prices right here in Farmer's Kitchen. Help you grow your garden good with recipes to suit your mood. Try some grub you've never tried before. Smash it with a wooden mallet. Gonna educate your palate. Right here in Farmer's Kitchen. In 10 on Farmer's Country Kitchen. We're gonna cook something good now.
Hello and welcome to Tim Farmer's Country Kitchen. Hello, Mrs. Farmer. We switched sides.
Yes, we did.
You know why? Remember the Saturday Night Live skit? It was Will Ferrell and I can't remember, it was Anna something.
Yeah.
They sat there and they played there were two geeks, like music teachers.
They were music teachers.
Let's be geeks tonight.
Okay.
And let's play on our Yamaha. Let's do like a Christmas song, a cheesy Christmas song. But we got to get in the mood, right?
We do got to get in the mood.
Because tonight's show, you know what we don't do enough of when I really think about it? You know, people like easy stuff and we do easy stuff. But leftovers. Mm-hmm. This time of year, so many people in Kentucky for parties do pulled pork.
Right. Everybody loves it.
Now, we could do 15 shows on things we can do with pulled pork after the fact. We're going to visit Lois. She's got a wonderful country root dish like beets, parsnips. Oh, it's wonderful. And then you're going to make a dessert that you used to make with your kids way back. It's delicious.
Yeah.
I was really shocked at how good it was.
And it's simple.
There's nothing to it, and it's cute. But first of all, a little Christmas concert. Are you ready, Mrs. Sherman?
I am so ready.
So, next week we're going to get requests.
Yes,
like
we are.
Freebird. We should do Freebird. We start working on Freebird.
I love that song.
That's exactly right. You know what? Little music trivia. We're in the holiday spirit.
That's right.
So we're going to talk about a little bit of Christmas stuff. I just found out, Kelly was looking this up. Jingle Bells was written in 1857, same year I was born, by James Lord Pierpont.
Pierpont?
It was a Thanksgiving song.
Okay.
And it was called One Horse Open Sleigh. Okay. But they changed it, and later on it became more of a Christmas thing.
So it was a Thanksgiving thing? Because it started.
Was.
Okay.
But, you know, dashing through the snow and all that sort of thing.
It started snowing in November.
It did?
Yeah.
There you go. Now, we had a Christmas party last night. Some of the guests couldn't make it because we had the snow and a little bit of ice.
Yeah.
Most of them got here. Usually we don't have any pork left over. When we do, it doesn't bother me because we
like to eat it.
There's 150,000 different ways we can make it. One of my friends, Jim Duncan, remember Jim from the pizza oven?
Yeah.
All right, we were talking downstairs last night. We were playing music downstairs, and he says, "You need to make a Cuban sandwich." I thought,
yum.
Dang on right, exactly. So we're going to show you a quick and easy way. A lot of times we don't show sandwiches; it seems too easy.
Right.
But this is so good and so delicious, and we're going to make two things. Now, you remember the La Cajachina?
Yes, I do.
When we made the pig outside. Do you remember the injection that I put in? It was orange juice, pineapple juice. It seems like there's plenty of garlic in there.
All kinds of stuff.
Both of those things have the same thing, orange juice. So you get that Cuban flair
I
going
see where
there.
you're going.
So what we're going to do, Mrs. Farmer, if you will go ahead and pull this pork for me. Now think about big enough pieces for sandwiches.
For a sandwich? Okay.
And tacos.
That sounds yummy.
So we're going to use the crock pot for this. So I'm going to figure that we're going to probably take a couple pounds off of this. And this is not, you don't have to have this perfectly.
This has been in the fridge. So
This has been in the fridge from last night. And it smells heavenly.
Yes, it does. I've been sneaking pieces.
And this is my famous
Pulled pork.
pulled pork. And it cooks for about 12 hours.
That's amazing.
All right, so we're going to take our pork. We've already got some heat going over here.
That is good.
But we're going to take that. I squeezed an orange or two, a half a cup, 3/4 of a cup. And if you will, Mrs. Farmer, let's go ahead and squeeze that lime. Now we're going to take a little bit of chicken broth. We're going to come back with cumin, 2 tablespoons of cumin. I'm going to take some garlic powder, do half a teaspoon of that. A bit of onion powder, black pepper, that much. Oregano, let's say a teaspoon. Now let's mix that up. Oh man, I can already smell this. All right, we're still in the holiday spirit.
That's right.
And if you just didn't have enough of us in the beginning,
the beautiful music,
playing the Jingle Bells, we're closing with another number.
It's a really good one.
It's not Freebird, but it's fantastic.
Good.
It's almost as good as the first one.
Good.
All right, now that was delicious. I can't believe there are any left over from last night. All right, Kelly used to take these to school,
right?
And she was telling me how that she would trade that. She could get anything from anybody on the lunch plate. She could, with her little wreaths. These are fantastic. We're going to go ahead and make these real quick. Then we're going to go see Lois. But tell us quickly how you make these. I mean, they're so simple. They're so delicious. And these were stacked up on top of each other. It's a wonder you could make them back into shape. But they look like
you
a
just
little
reshape
wreath.
them. You reshape them. So these are kind of like the Rice Krispie treats that everybody makes. But we change it up a little bit. It's the basic. We get a bag of marshmallows. We're going to throw those in with a half a stick of butter and melt that together. Once it's all melted, we're going to add green food coloring. That's how we're going to get our green color for our wreaths. But instead of using Rice Krispies, we're going to use corn flakes. See how they're different?
They look like little leaves.
Yeah, so we're going to do corn flakes, then we're going to get some butter on our hands. You're going to get butter on your hands.
I don't want butter on my hands.
And then you shape the wreaths, and you lick your fingers. It's delicious. So we'll shape the wreaths, and then she had gotten, see those little cinnamons? That's our little spots. You could put anything you want on there. You could put little jelly beans, but we have little cinnamons to kind of decorate your wreath. And you see the one in the middle? It was extra stuff, so we just kind of made a little ball. You can make them green, red. They're delicious, aren't they?
So it's a clump.
It's just a little clump. Yeah, it's no shape. So we're going to make wreaths.
These really are good. I mean, this is delicious.
Right.
I wasn't expecting it to be that good, but it really was.
And they look good. Everyone last night wanted one because they're like, what is that? And they're so simple.
Now we'll get these going in a minute, but first, let's go to Perryville. Some of our favorite people in the world.
That's right.
Bobby Joe and Lois are some of the sweetest people in the world, and they can cook, and they know the old ways. And Bobby was showing me, he found pecans in Kentucky. A lot of people say pecans don't grow. He's got them.
Really?
And he has shucked bag after bag after bag. We might have to look at he's got a technique where he clips the end of them off, puts them in this little cruncher.
I like to see that. I love pecans.
In fact, we got a little jar here somewhere with his pecans. But let's go see Bobby and Lois right now and see what she's cooking up. We're in the kitchen of Lois and Bobby Joe again. Now, Bobby Joe is on the cleaning team today. He's actually cleaning the root vegetables. Now, today you're going to do a recipe we've been talking about it for a long time, but it involves, tell us what's in it.
Okay, we have carrots, turnips, a parsnip, we have sweet potatoes and beets.
It's all good stuff.
All good stuff and good for you.
Good for you, and they're finding out more and more of that beets with circulation and everything. It's wonderful stuff. Now you got natural sugars that you were talking about, so it all tastes good. You know, my first experience with turnips, we were talking a little bit too. You can get them that are really bitey and not too tasty. These aren't like that, are they?
No.
That's a good.
No, these are good.
Now, looking at all these root vegetables, we're talking about a root cellar. What are your memories of your root cellar?
I remember as a child we had a root cellar, and they always put all the potatoes in there, and anything else that you could keep through the winter always went down there.
Turnips, I guess, beets.
Turnips, beets, onions, apples. Well, we put a lot of them in the barn in the hay.
So underneath the hay. Interesting.
Yeah, we did.
Now, how big was your root cellar?
The root cellar was probably about the size of this kitchen. So and it steps going down to the root.
I've told folks here that I'm going to try to build me a root cellar, but you know it's fairly complicated to find the right spot, and it's kind of expensive from everybody I've been checking with. But yours probably an old rock.
It was.
And it was probably been there a long time before you were there.
Oh, I'm sure it was, because I can remember it. First things that I remember. And on top of that root cellar, there was a nice little kitchen, and it was our summer kitchen.
Interesting. I've heard of summer kitchens.
And we would move the kitchens, well, a lot of it, but it had its own stove and that kind of thing out there. And you would just move out there for the summer for all the cooking and eating.
Was there a wood-burning stove out there?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Mm-hmm. Man, I missed it by just a couple of years. I missed the good stuff.
Oh, well.
I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to slide over here out of the way, and if you'll just step us through this. This is a very simple recipe. It's kind of a fall recipe. We've been talking about this a long time and dying to taste some of this. But it's so simple, so good for you. I'm going to step out of the way, and you just kind of walk us through it.
Okay. I've already got a couple of them chopped up here. I'm going to put the beets in. And like we were saying, you know, there's a lot of good sugar content in all of these. And you'll be surprised at how sweet it'll taste when you eat some.
You like it one way, and Bobby likes it different. All that really is a matter of how long you cook it, right?
That's exactly right. And lots of times when I'm doing like stir fry and that kind of thing, I'll take mine out and then cook his a while longer.
So he likes it soft, and you like it just a little crunchy.
That's exactly right. I like it good and crunchy.
So you consider this a side dish, but I tell you what, this could be your main course.
Well, yeah, and when you get all this stuff put together, it's big enough for the main course.
Bobby Joe's peeling 1 through 10.
I'm going to give him a 10.
A 10?
He's good at peeling.
I saw him. He looked pretty like he was squared away with it.
Yeah, he's good at peeling. Now, these are turnips that I'm putting in here right now. Now, this fella right here, I don't know what he's good for, this parsnip. Other than this, I've not ever cooked parsnip. Now, the next step, I'm going to put a teaspoon of salt, a half a teaspoon of pepper, and a half a cup of oil. And I'm going to stir that good so that the oil and the salt and the pepper all get in there real good. Okay, now I like to sprinkle just a little bit of dried basil on there and a little bit of oregano just across the top to give it some taste.
350? Mm-hmm. How long?
350 for an hour, and then go from there.
Gotcha.
I have to do 350 for an hour, and I take it out and stir it after an hour, and I check it, and of course it's just right, but I put it back in there for another 30 minutes.
So Bobby Joe's got to go extra half hour. They still retain their flavor of each. You taste the beet and the beet. It's not like they all get mishmashed in together. Mm-hmm. I taste the beet with the beet. That's absolutely delicious. Well, isn't it sometimes simpler, better, you think?
Oh, I think so. And everything in here is really healthy, and put it all together, it is a simple dish.
All right, back to one more thing, the signs. Mm-hmm. When you're doing your sauerkraut, refresh my memory, it needs to be in what sign?
It needs to be in the light of the moon and anywhere from the top of the head down to the heart, but not below the heart.
Gotcha. Now, the other day, I had some lambs that were sent off to the processor. Mm-hmm. They were very careful about what time they did that. So everything has its time, apparently. I'm really interested in these signs because it works, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah, it really does.
Yeah.
My grandfather would never sell his baby calves until a certain size.
Even weaning your calves.
Yeah.
This guy was telling me.
Yeah, because the cows bawled so much. Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm going to start paying more attention to that, and I'm going to start paying more attention to these root vegetables, too. And I want to thank you so much for having us out today.
You're welcome. We're
Lois
glad
and Bobby
to have you.
Back on the show. Don't you love the Ellises?
I do love them.
They're sweethearts.
She's such a good cook. Remember we went to her house for dinner? I haven't eaten like that in a long time. I slept for days.
You know, the people who have spent their lives, you know, they learn from their grandparents and their mothers and stuff that's handed in. It's ingrained in them.
Her food's amazing.
This is a little side story here. The kids bring them styrofoam to-go boxes after the restaurant.
So they can load?
They take them to Bobby Joe's house and leave them there, so when dinner's over, they can
just take stuff home and eat for days.
That's right.
When she cooks, her kitchen's full of 50 million dishes of everything.
Yeah.
Love it.
Now, where do we go from here?
This is the messy part. We probably should have done this with the grandkids. They would have loved to get dirty.
You know, I'm going to let you do that because I got one hand.
I like to get butter. Some people use water. Kelly does. You put butter on your fingers. I love butter anyway. That way they're not as sticky.
I love butter, but I don't want it.
So we're going to go ahead and we're going to shape these.
Into the wreath shape.
So we'll do, and see how sticky it is? That's why you got to have butter. We'll make us a little wreath here. Or you could just make balls, but you like the wreaths, don't you? Isn't that cute? See how simple? That's it.
That's it?
That's it. There's a wreath, and you be my decorator.
So this is where you put the...
Yep.
You know, it does look like leaves.
Doesn't it? Isn't it cute? And you could make these red. You can make, you can make all different colors.
Oh, no, you want them green.
Green, but you could have little red balls of happiness, too.
Red balls of happiness.
Yeah. There we go. Look at it. See, we're a good team. Those are pretty.
They are pretty. And they're delicious.
Yes,
How long does it take them to set up? You put them in the fridge, you say?
You can put them in the fridge if you want, or just let them sit for a little bit. But I've even froze them. Like usually after they harden up, put them in trays and freeze them, and then pull them out as you need them.
So simple.
That's it.
So delicious.
I had 2 for breakfast this morning.
I ate that one that was kind of misshapen because it got squashed.
Well, it's breakfast. It's got cornflakes in it, so it's kind of breakfast.
Beautiful.
There you go. Aren't those cute?
Beautiful. All right, let's get this out of the way and make us some tacos and a Cuban panini.
Yum.
That's what I'm talking about. Are you ready for your Cuban panini?
I'm starving. I
Thanks,
can't wait.
Jim Duncan, for the
I
idea.
can't wait.
You know what? We talk with people about food all the time. I mean, you have to eat, I'm pretty sure, or bad things happen.
It's good for you.
But, you know, somebody asked me the other day, will you ever run out of ideas? No, never. We could do a show for a year on lettuce.
Yeah, we're always
or
coming up with
cabbage
something
or
new.
bananas. So anyhow, let's take a piece of bread. Oh man, I'm ready for this. All right, here's what we're gonna do. Mustard.
Yum.
Now typically they do mustard on one side. Now there's so many variations of this. Then you come with your Swiss cheese. Then we're gonna come back, pickles. I think one will do it on that.
All right.
Then we're gonna come back with some ham. Does this look good?
It does look good. I've never had a Cuban.
Now, we're gonna come back. Our leftover pulled pork.
Yum.
Are you kidding me? Can you smell that?
I don't know if I can eat. That's a big sandwich.
You
Are we
can
sharing?
do it. Now we're gonna come back with some Swiss cheese. Top
Yum.
this melted butter.
Yum.
We're gonna lay that upside down because we're gonna butter the other side once we get that on there.
All right.
Squash her down a little bit. Now look at that.
Yum.
Still very warm. You want the first bite?
I do. I need to, because I've never had one of these before.
Look.
Very good.
You like it?
That's really good. Wow. That's delicious.
Look at that.
That was simple. I like it.
Is that not beautiful? Now we took a hoagie and just squashed it. So you got leftover pulled pork? Are you kidding me?
Really good.
We're gonna have to turn the cameras off because this is gonna get messy.
Yes, it is.
You're not gonna fight me over this.
We can make a bunch more.
We can. All right, let's eat this. We'll be back with some tacos. How did you like your Cuban panini?
I'm still eating. I had you make me two. It's really good.
Now, if you'd like to, you can take a little bit more taco seasoning. Now that we'll change it up a bit. So, the question is, people are thinking, how long did he cook that? You don't have to cook it that long because your pork is already cooked. So, maybe an hour to let all those juices get acquainted. Now, when it comes to taco, let's go ahead and set one out here. I want you to smell that.
Wow.
Is that not beautiful?
It smells good.
So many times, I know you've done it. You've had leftover pulled pork, and you look at it, and you think, oh, okay. And maybe your dog gets a little bit of it. It's not going to happen over here. So, the next step is, we like sour cream.
We do.
I'm sorry. And a big
Love
dollop.
it.
A big dollop of that. A little verde. You want your cheese on top?
Yeah, I like the cheese on the very top.
Fresh lettuce, tomatoes. Now this is so easy. The whole thing about today's show is easy. The root vegetables. Easy, but delicious. There's nothing that we did today that wasn't absolutely simple. Sometimes we second guess ourselves, say, should we do that because it's so easy? But sometimes easy is the best.
What a great way to use pork, though. You're right, we use it to do with it. All right. That's good, yeah, very good. Messy, but good. Yum.
We could have done about 100 of these. Now keep in mind, if you want to do some chili with this, just do your traditional chili. Put maybe some pinto beans or navy beans in there, change it up a bit, along with your regular chili beans.
Delish.
Put some taco seasoning in there, as opposed to chili flavor.
Right.
And you got yourself some absolutely wonderful pulled pork chili.
What a good way to use pork. Good job.
All right, tonight's emphasis was on leftovers and easy. If you want to find recipes, that's relatively easy. Where would you find them?
I go to timfarmerscountrykitchen.com.
You would not.
Or I get our cookbook out.
Ah, timfarmerscountrykitchen.com.
Yes.
Click on shows, click on YouTube. There you are. Take a look at all our stuff. How-tos, good stuff to eat. Always remember on YouTube, if you want to subscribe, boom. All you got to do is hit that little red button. Automatically, anytime a new video comes out, you're going to know about it.
Really?
If you want to be our Facebook friend, how would you do that?
Go to Tim Farmer's Country Kitchen Facebook page.
And hit
like.
Boom. And you're in. We talk, we share recipes, we have so much fun on there. And, oh, wait a minute. Did I just hear somebody say they wanted more music? They couldn't get enough of
Was it Kelly?
Of our canned music?
Kelly loves our music.
I guess let's tone it down. Let's go into a minor chord here.
Okay.
How about some Christmas music? How about a jazzy version of God Rest Ye Merry Gentlemen?
I love that song.
Next week, Free Bird. You know what? It's been a quick half hour, but it is all about
good times,
good friends,
and really good eats.
You know the bite?
I'm going to keep eating.
Go ahead.
Christmas time is right around the corner, and once again, you have to find a gift for that hard-to-buy-for family member on your list. At TimFarmersCountryKitchen.com, this problem is solved. That's TimFarmersCountryKitchen.com. To order a cookbook, please call 502-319-0487 or email timfarmerck@gmail.com. Special thanks to CKY, Canoe Kentucky, Furniture World Superstore, Housewarmings, Lodge Cast Iron, Tater Knob Pottery and Farm,